Many years ago, around 1000 years ago, there was an empire right here in India. This empire was spoken about all throughout the globe because of their great military general and a vast army. So, can you guess which empire am I talking about? If your answer is the Chola Empire, then you're absolutely correct. So, as you can see from this map, the Chola Empire was established around the river Kaveri, and all of this was happening during the Sangam age. So, it was first established by Vijaya Chola in 848 CE. Well, now his coming to power story is very interesting. So, let's learn about that. You see, at this point of time, Vijaya Chola was just a subordinate general or a vassal for the Pallava king who was ruling over that area in that point of time. Now what happened? He was given the power to maintain an army for the king. So he had an army. But what did he do using that army? Well, he used this army to capture the nearby area known as Thanjavur. And so he increased his own power. But what else did he do? So during this point of time, the Pallava power was also declining. So this also acted as an advantage for Vijayalaya Chola, right? And so he was able to defeat them and establish his own rule. So these two victories and administrative capabilities of his successors gave India a strong and prosperous regional empire. But how do we know so much about this empire? If all of this was happening 1000 years ago, how do we know so much about it? Well, historians know about all of these things because of sources. These include the literary sources and the archaeological sources. So, let's learn about these now. Take a look at this picture here. Don't you think these resemble your notebooks and the notes that you scribble down on your copy in schools? Well, can you recognize this language? Well, in fact, these are copper plates that have been found from that point of time. So this is in fact a literary source. And so the inscriptions on these copper plates, which you can see here, form the largest available literary source of the Chola period. So what exactly are these? These are records of land grants, villages, and privileges given to private individuals or institutions by the king, such as a temple, have been described in these copper plates. Take a look at this picture here. This is in fact translated so that we can understand it today. As you can see here, he who receives the land can collect taxes. All of this is basically the information given. So a person who possesses this land, these are the rules and regulations that he must follow. So you can even pause the video here and read all about it. So as we saw that a lot of importance was given to land in the Chola Empire, right? So let's first try to understand the different types of lands that were there during this point of time. Firstly, we get the Vellanvangai. What are these? These are lands of non-Brahmin peasant proprietors. Next we get the Brahmadaya. These are the lands which the king used to give to the Brahmins. So this land was given by the king to the Brahmins as a token of appreciation. Next we have the Shalabhoga. These were land for the establishment and maintenance of schools. So from this we can understand that a lot of importance was given to education by the Cholas. Then we have the Devadana, which was the land gifted to temples. Lastly, we get the Pallichandam, which was land which was donated to Jaina institutions. So we can again see how secular and how peaceful in nature the Chola people were. Now, remember the copper plates that we saw? Well, the inscription on those, most of these are in Tamil and a few are bilingual, which means that some of them are also written in Sanskrit. So inscriptions were found in Sanskrit as well as in Tamil. Now, we also have archaeological sources. So when we talk about the Chola Empire, we can never miss out this beautiful temple. This is the Brihadeshwara temple, which is there in Thanjavur in Tamil Nadu. So this temple was constructed during the rule of Raja Chola I in 1000 CE, and it took 35 years to complete it. So as it took 35 years to complete it, you can understand that it is a true architectural wonder, and it is also considered to be a cultural epitome of the Chola period. Let's learn more about this temple now. So this temple was attributed to the Hindu god Shiva or Brihadeshwara. So we can understand that these Cholas were worshippers of Lord Shiva. Now coming to the architectural part, let's take a look at this picture. The temple tower or the Gopuram, as it is known by the localites, which is this portion, is almost 13 floors high and is 57 meters in height. Not only that, the kumbam is 8.6 meter high. This is the kumbam, and it is made out of a single stone, and it weighs around 80 tons. But what is inside this temple? Let's see. So inside this temple you can find a statue of Lord Nataraj, right? However, today the original idol is under the ownership of the Archaeological Survey of India, because it is a very important idol indeed. So what can we learn from this sculpture? From all of these archaeological sources, we can learn that Hinduism was the state religion of the Cholas, and the royal family were worshippers or devotees of Lord Shiva. Not only that, these people were really peaceful, tolerant, and of a secular nature. How do we know that? Well, because people in the Chola kingdom were granted the freedom to practice the religion of their choice. As we just saw, that land was even granted to Jainas, right? So they were of really secular nature. Now take a look at this picture here. What can you figure out? Well, can you see this hat? Doesn't it look like something a European would wear? Well, this is interpreted as Marco Polo, the 13th century Venetian traveler. We wouldn't have learnt about this if this sculpture was never made. So this is how archaeological sources and literary sources are important, and they indeed help us reconstruct the history of the Chola Empire better. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free on DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app and get easy access to more than 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million+ questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubts resolved instantly. Learn via games and get a chance to win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.